Welcome back to another episode of the Cracked Open Podcast. I am your host, Goddess Telly. Today is Saturday, July the 11th, 2026. We are back. This is the platform where we crack ourselves open so that we can heal ourselves from the inside out. All right, yesterday was the number 9. Today is the number 10. July is the 7th month. We have the 11th day. And it's 2026. Which breaks down to a 10. Which then reduces to a 1. Then you get also, before you get all of that, or before you got that, you got the number 19. 1 plus 9 is the 10. And 1 plus 0 equals the 1. So today carries the energy of new beginnings, leadership, independence, identity, and taking the first step. But today is also Saturday. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. This is the final day of the week. The final countdown. The day of discipline. The day of responsibility. The day of boundaries. The day of consequences. And as I like to call it, the day of those loop lessons. Because Saturn will continue to bring that lesson back around until you finally understand what it is trying to teach you. You cannot avoid it. You cannot ignore it. You can blame somebody else for it. You can post about it. You can talk about it. You can even pretend that you have already healed it. But if you have not learned the lesson, Saturn will bring that thing right back around. We go and ring around the rosy. Saturn finally chose me. You understand? Saturn is going to choose you, good or bad. But we winning over here. If you have not learned the lesson, Saturn will bring that thing right back around. Saturday is also connected to the third eye chakra. The color is indigo. And our ability to see beyond what is happening on the surface, what is on the outside, what the thing that you see with your own eyes, your actual 2 eyes, or 1. Or none. Our third eye. Our ability to see beyond what is happening on the surface. So Saturn asks us, hey, what are you not seeing? What pattern keeps repeating? What responsibilities are you avoiding? And what do you need to stop doing so you can finally close the loop? Now we have Venus and Leo. Venus and Leo can bring attention to how we love, how we express ourselves, how we seek validation, and how badly some of us want to be seen. Then you got Jupiter in Cancer, expanding our emotions, our needs, our protection, our family matters, our memories, and the things that make us feel emotionally safe or emotionally unsafe. Then we got Mercury in Gemini, and Mercury is at home in Gemini. Hello? Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Mercury represents communication. Hi, Wednesday. Mercury represents communication, information, thoughts, words, conversations, messages, social media, and the way we process, the way that we process what we hear or what we think we hear. Then we got the sun. The sun is also in Gemini. I know y'all don't want to hear that. The sun is also in Gemini, placing an even brighter light on communication, placing an even brighter light on information, placing a brighter light on your storytelling and what we choose to share. And that brings me to today's message. Hold, please. Everything does not have to be social. Every time something happens, especially something bad, why are we so quick to run to social media? Why are we so quick to make the announcement? Why are we so quick to create the post? Why are we telling information that we have not even taken the time to process ourselves? Sometimes the people making the post are not even the people closest to the situation. They are not the ones sitting beside the person. They are not the ones helping. They are not the ones making the phone calls. They are not the ones carrying the real responsibility. But somehow they are the first ones online telling everybody else what happened. And I need us to understand something. When you share information, you are also sharing energy. You are putting something into the universe. You are giving people something to discuss. You are giving people something to speculate about. And sometimes you are giving people something else to fear. We already have people who are natural worriers. They are already scared. They are already thinking about everything that could go wrong. They are already carrying their own responsibility, their own fears, their own appointments, their own bills, their own family situations, their own health concerns, their own personal battles. They already know that there are things that they have to face. They may be afraid to do it, but deep down they know they're going to have to do it. Then here you come, being social. Here you come, adding more worry on top of the worry that they already carry. So now we have the warrior and we have the worrier. A warrior may still experience fear, but they move through it. A worrier may become trapped inside of fear, but instead, they don't move and nothing has even happened. The worrier may become trapped inside of the fear before anything has even happened. Louder for the people in the back, Telly. Louder for the people in the back, Telly. The worrier, or a worrier, may become trapped inside of fear before anything has even happened. And when you continue dumping unprocessed information onto somebody who is already worried, you're not helping them become a warrior. You may be making their worry even heavier. Yes, people are dying. Things are ending. Relationships are changing. Businesses are closing. Jobs are lost. Bodies change. People get sick. People transition. That is life. Death is a part of life. Change is a part of life. Endings, Saturday, hello, is a part of life. But everything does not need to become the main event of your life. Everything does not need to become content. Everything does not need an immediate announcement. Everything does not need your opinion. Everything does not need to be posted while the people involved are still trying to understand what the fuck happened. Some things require silence. Some things require shutting the fuck up. Some things require prayer. Some things require confirmation. Y'all didn't even confirm shit before you went ahead and exposed shit. Some things require a private conversation. Some things require you to sit your ass down and process what you just heard before you put it out into the universe. Have you processed what you are saying? Have you processed what you are typing? Have you considered how it would affect the next person? Did the people involved give you permission to share it? Are you trying to help, or are you trying to be the first person with the information? It's getting, when Charlie Sheen was on fucking Buddy Talk, reported live, Channel 5 News. Like, he just wanted a story. It was for sweet. You understand? Are you trying to help, or are you trying to be the first person with the information? Is this supposed to be for sweet, to save your ass, to save your face? Fuck everybody else, huh? Are you sharing this information because it's necessary? I just got questions. Pick them up. Or are you sharing because you want the attention that comes with the announcement? Ooh, Telly, I think you spitting today. That is where Venus and Leo can become important. There is nothing wrong with being seen. There is nothing wrong with expressing yourself. But we must recognize when somebody else's pain has become our opportunity to receive attention. We must recognize when somebody else's pain has become our opportunity to receive the information or the attention. Because everything ain't about you, Leo. Everything don't have to be loud. Everything don't have to be social. Everything don't have to be flashy. Shit, Leo is Venus and Leo. That's love. Love. Are you doing this because of love? True love. Not seeking attention love. Then we have Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is expanding the emotional impact. Mercury and the Sun in Gemini, the Sun is in Gemini, are amplifying the message. Because Mercury is Wednesday, Gemini is Wednesday, the Sun is Sunday. Let me not go there. Come back, Telly, come back. Don't make this episode longer than it has to be. So with Mercury and the sun being in Gemini, that's just amplifying the message even more, right? But then you got Saturn standing on business the end of this week. You got Saturn is standing at the end of the week asking, hey, what was it responsible? What you did, was it responsible? Just because you can say it does not mean, just because you can say it does not mean that you should say it, right? I know people will be like, free will, got it, boom, free will, right? But was it responsible according to your teaching, according to your morals? You know, what was it responsible? Because just because you can say it, it does not mean that you should say it, right? Just because you know, it does not mean that it belongs to you to tell. Just because you receive the information, it does not mean that you have permission to dish it out, to distribute it. How you say distribution? To distribute it. Boom, got it, Telly. And just because social media gives you a platform, gives you a place to post, gives you a place to go live, it does not mean that every moment of life belongs on social media. Saturn teaches, one thing about Saturn teaches boundaries. Saturn teaches restraint. Saturn teaches maturity. Saturn teaches us that actions have consequences. And sometimes the loop lesson is learning how to be quiet. Sometimes the loop lesson is learning that you do not have to react immediately. Sometimes the lesson is learning how to hold space without making yourself the center of the situation. And that's why I'd be like, you know what, that's another story for another day. That's why I'd be like, yeah, you ain't no Virgo. You definitely a Leo if you want to run and post that, if you want to run and tell that. Definitely not Virgo vibes. Definitely not Virgo vibes. Sometimes the lesson is learning how to contact the person privately instead of performing concern publicly. So before you make that post, ask yourself, have I confirmed that this information is true? This is Virgo speaking. Have I confirmed that this information is true? Have I processed how I feel about it? Is this my information to share? Will this post create support or will it create panic? Am I helping the people involved or am I adding pressure? Would I still post this if nobody could like it? If nobody could share it? If nobody could comment on it? Would I still post this information if nobody could respond to it? Would I still post this information? Will I still create this post if nobody could like it, share it, or comment on it? And am I prepared to take responsibility for what happens after I press send, after I press post? Because once you place it into the universe, you cannot control how people receive the information. You cannot control how they repeat the information. You can't control how they change the story. You can't control who becomes afraid. You can't control who starts worrying. You can't control who screenshots it. You cannot always take it back. As much as we delete a post, as much as we unsend something, you cannot always take it back. So the card of the day is responsibility. Today, we are taking responsibility for our words. We are taking responsibility for our reactions. We are taking responsibility for the energy that we release. We are taking responsibility for the information we carry. And we are recognizing that silence is not always secrecy. Sometimes silence is protection. Sometimes silence is respect. Sometimes silence is discipline. And sometimes silence is the thing that finally closes the loop. So today's affirmations. I pause before I react. I pause before I react. I process before I publish. I process before I publish. I respect what is not mine to share. I respect what is not mine to share. My words do not create unnecessary fear. My words do not create unnecessary fear. I communicate with wisdom, discipline, and responsibility. I communicate with wisdom, discipline, and responsibility. I understand that everything does not have to be social. I understand that everything does not have to be social. The journal prompt for today is, get y'all pen, get y'all pad, write this down. This is where y'all can go. If y'all are listening to this on the replay, this is where y'all can go ahead and pause it. This is where you can ask me to pause it if y'all are listening to this live and y'all need to grab a pen and a piece of paper. Hold, please. What information have I shared before fully processing it? What information have I shared before fully processing it? Do I use social media to communicate, seek attention, release emotions, or avoid sitting with my feelings? Do I use social media to communicate, seek attention, release emotions, or avoid sitting with my feelings? Have I ever shared something that was not mine to announce? Have I ever shared something that was not mine to announce? How can I become more responsible with the information people trust me with? How can I become more responsible with the information people trust me with? What repeating communication lesson is Saturn asking me to finally learn? What repeating communication lesson is Saturn asking me to finally learn? Where do I need stronger boundaries between my private life and my public life? Where do I need stronger boundaries between my private life and my public life? And what loop can I close today by choosing discipline instead of reaction? Remember, everything does not need an audience. Everything does not need a caption. Everything does not need a comment section. Some things need time. Some things need privacy. Some things need prayer. Some things need to be handled by the people who are actually involved. Some things need to be handled by the people, or people period, who are actually evolving. That might go over a lot of people's head. Involved and evolved. And some things simply need to be left alone. Again, I am your host, Goddess Telly. This has been another episode of the Cracked Open Podcast. Hopefully, something I said today helped you crack yourself open so that you can begin healing yourself from the inside out. Remember to take what you need, leave what you don't, and if it resonates, allow it to guide you. Until next time, hold please. Aha, y'all thought it was over, right? So yeah, quick things like this is our commercial break. Y'all thought y'all was over. Nope, I got more to say. Listen, that was the hold please. Before we get out of here, I want to tell you about a place that's all about community, creativity, and entrepreneurship. If you are in the Phoenix area, stop by First Class Boutique located at 8900 North Central Avenue, Suite 102, Phoenix, Arizona 85020. We're open Wednesday through Friday from 2 to 6 p.m. Inside the boutique, you will also find Miss B's Garden Market, where you'll discover handcrafted teas, herbal seasonings, wellness products, and garden-inspired creations made with intention, okay? If you are looking for the perfect gift, we also have handcrafted candles, unique accessories, locally made products, and so much more. Every purchase supports small businesses and local entrepreneurs. Don't forget to pre-order Journey to Freedom by Bridget Pettis. It's a powerful story of resilience, leadership, and purpose. Be sure to secure your copy today. You can head over to bridgetpettisfoundation.org. Head over there right now and tell me that you have pre-ordered your book. Now, let me talk about my entrepreneurs. Do you have a product? Do you have a service? Do you have a business, a book, a podcast? Do you paint? Do you sing? Do you write? Do you cook? Do you create? Do you teach? Do you coach? Do you design? Do you have something you know the world needs? I'm building a whole thing. I don't even give it a title. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's not just a platform, but a community, a garden where we highlight creators, healers, innovators, and business owners. If you've been looking for a place to tell your story, to promote your business, or collaborate, I want to hear from you. You can also be featured on the Cracked Open podcast, where we spotlight people who are creating impact in their communities. And I am currently putting together the first annual Moon Baby Alchemy Experience, a virtual weekend designed to showcase creatives from all walks of life. The date is coming soon because I'm intentionally building the right lineup for people who are ready to grow together. If you are interested in being featured, if you are interested in being a featured creator, a collaborator, a sponsor, or a speaker, now is the time to reach out. This isn't about competition. It's about collaboration. Because when one of us grows, we all grow. Be sure to follow me. Be sure to connect with me, and let's build something bigger than ourselves. Again, I am Goddess Telly, and this is the Cracked Open podcast. This is where healing meets purpose, where stories become strategies, and where community creates opportunity. I'll see you in the next episode. Again, hold please.